Okay, let's get started. So today we'll talk about a very important topic, artificial intelligence, right? Everybody knows the short name AI. It represents artificial intelligence. Why do we need to study AI? Sounds like AI is related to mathematics, related to engineering, right? So Professor, I'm in business school. Why do I need to care about AI? What do you think?
Um, as people are using AI more and more, we should learn how to use this to enhance our work.
Very good point. Very good point. My answer is you have to study AI. There is no other option. You have to study it. Yes, AI is built up from engineering, computer science, but AI is influencing everybody nowadays. Everybody, right?
Hmm.
Uh, I told some of my students, I happened to meet one of my previous students. He was here. His first class was in 2024. I taught that class. That class is about database management, right? So we talk about database and how to manage a database. And I highly recommended everyone study AI back in 2024. And then I happened to meet my student. He told me that, Professor, I really wish I have listened to you back in 2024 because when he applied for jobs in November 2025, almost every job requires him to know some kind of AI knowledge. But he didn't study. It has been 2 years. He didn't study, right? So he kind of doesn't have any job offer because he doesn't have the skills that are in demand. That's why it's very important for everyone to study AI. If you turn on the news reports, if you look at the internet news, everybody is talking about AI. Every company is talking about AI. And many students who freshly graduated from school, from colleges, they have a hard time finding jobs. Why? What do you think? Hassan, what do you think? Why the job market is tough right now for human beings?
Updated skills, AI.
Exactly, exactly. So if I can, as a business owner, if I can pay like $20 to subscribe ChatGPT, which can perform all kinds of business analytics work, why would I hire a human being, right? I have to pay six figures to this employee, human employee. I have to pay health insurance for this human employee. That easily costs me like six figures a year. And I'm not guaranteed by the human employee that he or she can do all kinds of analysis I want him or her to do. But I can easily pay like $30 a month to use ChatGPT to do all the fantastic business analytics work. Why would I hire a human being, right? Yeah, this is the logic behind that. Every new technology, behind every new technology, there is always a money motivation. Money can be analyzed by profit or cost. I just talk about the cost factor, right? Using
Hmm.
AI can definitely help my company to reduce lots of labor cost. Some students say, "Oh, professor, I only get $3,000 from my employer. I'm not that costly." But don't forget, in order to hire you, the employer has to pay lots of invisible costs, like health insurance, right? like training, learning, all of these costs are invested in you. It's invisible to you. Yes, you only get $3,000 in cash. You think you are not that costly, but as a business owner, we think you are very costly. And as a human being, sometimes you could be moody. You are not in a good mood to work. So we as a business owner, we don't know if you do the work or not, worth $3,000 or even more a month. But if I type in my comment in ChatGPT, it can easily bring me the results I expect, I want, right? Not only business owner, to be honest, I know some of you are using ChatGPT to do your homework, to do your exam. That's the reason you would like to pay to subscribe to ChatGPT Pro, right? Because it can help you to address the questions facing you. Business owners do not care about if you are human or a machine. They care about the cost saving. Another reason is AI can help business owners to look for more revenues, right? They can analyze the market demand and then suggest business owners to take the new business directions. Change sometimes is bad, but most of the time, changes are good to business. They can help business owners look for new business opportunities. That's why AI has a broad and in-depth adoption among business. So if you are looking for a job, if you want to work for a business in the future, what can you do?
Have knowledge in AI and
Exactly, yes. If you cannot defeat AI, join in it, right? Join in
Mhm.
it. Otherwise, it's really concerning for this kind of a job market. You are not only competing with each other, with human beings, students from all over the world. You are competing with machines right now. Machines. So to me, after I study and research AI for several years, almost uh, 8 years at this moment, the more I study AI, the more I research on I really have a mixed feeling about this new technology because as a business professional, I know that we should adopt more AI because we can save costs, we can generate more revenues for companies. But as your professor, I really have a mixed feeling about AI because I'm concerned about my students. If they don't study this new technology, they would have a zero competitiveness in the market. A zero, right? Needless to see more. That's why I want to create this session to introduce AI to everyone. I hope this session can inspire you to study further in AI field. So let's talk about AI in this class. We can see lots of AI applications already, right? Can you give me some applications of AI?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, very good. That is called a large language model. That's
Mhm.
one application of AI. What else?
Mm,
Self-driving
Per-
cars.
Perplex,
What was that, Hassan? Could you say it
per-
again?
Perplexity AI.
Oh, Perplexity is also a large language model. All kinds of AI machines you can chat with. Those are called conversational large language model, meaning that you can search, right? You can search the information results by chatting with the system. It's called a conversational large language model.
Mm.
But not only those ChatGPT and Gemini and other large language models, we also have self-driving cars, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't you think a self-driving car is also a AI system? It
Mm-hmm.
is, right? It is. Because you don't have to drive the car by yourself, but you can use the car and let the car drive itself. Let's see an example. This is a video of a Waymo self-driving car. We also have Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Lots of applications. Let's take a look. Very interesting. Yes, I agree with her. Okay, pay attention to the car. You can see a lot of cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
The major difference between self-driving car and a regular car, traditional car, is that you have lots of add-ons. All of these add-ons are cameras. Those cameras are taking pictures every second so that the car can use AI algorithm to detect what is around the car. Pedestrians, right, medians, stop signs. We'll talk about that later in this semester. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Oh, by the way, I don't want to demonize AI, right? I don't want to say bad things about AI because overall, the purpose of AI is to make people's life better. That's the main reason of why we put in thousands of efforts and hours in studying AI and developing AI models. The purpose is to make people's life better. So I want to clarify this point, right? Yes, it become a very strong competition with you, with everybody in the job market. But overall, the purpose of AI is for the good parts, right? I think two important points from this video. First, as you can see in the animation, the add-ons on the self-driving cars are taking pictures every second. And then the algorithm, which we will introduce later in this semester, will analyze the picture. What's inside the picture, meaning that what's around the car, the self-driving car. If the algorithm detect the surrounding has a human being or a median or a building, what should we do? We tell the car to stop. We can also detect our algorithm can also detect if there is red lights, green lights, stop sign are surrounding the car. If we find those, we tell the car to stop. So basically, a self-driving car is not an engineering project. It's not about the auto parts anymore. It's about your algorithm and how your algorithm can control the car. That is the most fantastic, most important part in self-driving car projects. By the way, Waymo is part of Google.
Mhm.
What is Google doing? Search engine, right? Search
Mhm.
engine. We can move the search engine algorithm to control the web browsers to a self-driving car. We can use a similar algorithm to control a car, not only the web browsers. This is a very important point. In a self-driving car company, we are not talking about how to design the car. We are talking about how to design algorithms to control the car. Can you give me another example of a self-driving car company? That will be our neighbor in Austin.
Tesla?
Yes, Tesla is doing the same thing.
Mhm.
Tesla, yes, Tesla manufacturing cars, right? But more important, Tesla is investing lots of money in algorithm design. How to make Tesla car drive itself in a safe and efficient way. But first, you have to design the algorithm. Your algorithm need to look around the environment to be able to detect what is inside of each picture. This is called image processing. Basically, we want to teach an algorithm or an AI or a robots how to see things, just like us human beings, how to see stuff. SEE. This is called image processing. Very important field in AI research. See things. The keyword here is see, right? Oh, we know how to see things. We open our eyes, we can see things, but it's not so easy to teach a robot to see things. Very important field. Another takeaway from this video is, have you heard a keyword sense? Where did we see this keyword in this class?
Sense should be under
Moses?
that's yeah,
Yes.
hi. Hi.
Yeah, hi, Moses. Welcome to the class. In
Thank
which
you.
lecture we talked about sense, sensor,
Sensor, we talk about it under
IoT, right?
IoT, Internet of
Yeah,
Things.
exactly. Internet of Things.
Yes.
What is the key feature of Internet of Things? All the data are processed and stored where? In the cloud.
In the cloud,
In the
yeah.
cloud. So you see self-driving cars. On each self-driving car, there will be a sensor. A sensor. The purpose of the sensor is to get data surrounding the car, and then all the data will be sent over mobile network to where? To the data center. To Waymo data center, Tesla data center, right? Now you know why Tesla invests billions of dollars in building data centers, right? Now you connect the dots, right? You have to understand the fundamentals. To be honest, that will help you help business students, business majors. Even if you don't study AI, if you understand the connections, it will help you to do investment, right? Suppose you invest in stock market. If you know that everybody is building data centers, rushing to build data centers, which industry should you invest right now? What's your thought? Everybody is building data center, right? Even ChatGPT is building a data center in where?
In
In
space?
Abilene, Texas.
Oh,
In
every.
Texas, Texas,
Yes. Where is Google's data center?
Mhm.
Midlothian, Texas. Where is Tesla's data center?
Austin, Texas.
No, not in Austin. Austin is too expensive. Again, business owners care about money, right? Where is it? Tennessee, in Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. Where is a Microsoft data center?
I thought Elon Musk was trying to move data center to Texas
To
too. I
where?
think I think maybe okay, the I think the community were pushing back a bit. He wanted to build in somewhere in Texas too.
In Texas, yes. Oh, lots of companies want to build data centers in Texas. But yes, you're right. The residents, local residents, some of them are against of data centers. It's good and bad. Good part is if you build a data center, you will have more jobs in your local community. But data centers are energy consumers, like energy, they will consume lots of electricity. So if you build a data center in your local community, your monthly electricity bill will rocket, skyrocket, will
Mm.
be very high. So it's good and bad. But you bring a very good point. If you know that companies, all the IT companies are building data centers, which industry should you invest right now? Can you invest in semiconductors? Can
Yeah,
you?
sure.
Yes, of course. Yes. Can you invest in like uh what else? Memory, memories, memory chips. Can you invest in this field? Like the Western Digital, Seagate, right, Micron, all of
Yeah.
this company? Yes, of course.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
don't have these memory chips, where do you save your data, right?
So, so
So
this could be part of the reason NVIDIA is one of the highly valued company, right?
yeah,
Because
NVIDIA is a semiconductor designing company. It
yeah.
doesn't manufacture, but it design. So it's part of the semiconductor industry. You should invest in NVIDIA too, from a long term. Yes. If you can, you should invest in Samsung as well. Because Samsung is another giant in semiconductor manufacturing and memory chips manufacturing. Samsung. Should you invest in electricity company?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, right? Because to data center, electricity is like it's like blood. Without blood, how can the organs work, right? So if you know all of this knowledge, it can help you to invest as well. That's the value of IT knowledge. Now you know self-driving car is a sensor of a IoT network. That's why when we define IoT system, what did we see? It's a network of mobile
Mobile
devices.
devices.
Exactly. Everything will be considered as a mobile device. As in an IoT network, a self-driving car has no difference from a mobile phone you are using. They both collect data from you. None of the data is processed by your phone or your self-driving car. All data are sent back to data center for processing and storage. You see, we develop new technology step by step. IoT has been in the society for a very long time. It's not new, but we design this self-driving car AI algorithm with the IoT concept to make people's life better. That's the ultimate goal, right? What else? What other applications of AI can you see? Those robots, right? That's another good applications of AI. What do you think? Oh, by the way, this is a video from 2024. You should check out Unitree Robots 2026. You will be amazed. What do you think? Lots of potential use, right? For example, can you use these robots in the military? Yes, yes. There is a joke. If you want to show off your military forces without showing off the real military, you just show off your robots, the latest robots. Can you use robots to take care of old people? Yes, yes. I have been uh, very appreciate nursing major. Why? Because the overall population is getting older, but we have a declining birth rate. What does this mean? That means in the future, if you are get old, you want to get somebody to take care of you, that will be very expensive. But with the help of AI, we can control the cost, right? Lots of applications, great applications of AI.
So
So
like
I think
so,
needless to say, yeah, Moses,
so
yes.
that means like application into social work.
Can you repeat the question, Moses?
So that means application into social work, like a social worker. So I mean to
Right.
attend to
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Social, not necessarily charity though, because someone maybe I believe that will happen very soon. Someone will create a company, creates a lot of like a humanoid, and then take care of old people, and then charge their money,
Mm.
right? That's a very profitable field, to be honest. What do old people not care about? Money. Right? They don't care about money because as long as they are alive, they will get like a social security pay pension, right? Uh, every month. So they don't care about money, but they care about who take care of them, right? You guys don't realize this point because most of you guys are young, so you have no trouble moving around, no trouble taking care of yourself. But when people get older, they care about who will take care of them. You know, hiring a human nurse will be very expensive, but AI can address this market demand. At the beginning of this lecture, I already told you that money is one of the important motivations for us to develop new technologies. Lots of exciting applications happening every second. That's why AI is so popular right now, right? All the applications are good. They will take care of people, make people's life better. So why not invest in AI? If this is the market demand, we as a student, we need to study this field. That's simple, right? I already told you how important AI is. Don't be like my previous students. 2 years later, you meet me again. You said, "Oh, professor, I wish I could have listened to you 2 years ago." Don't, no, no, that's too late. That will be too late. Too late for two reasons. One, AI is not easy to study. You cannot master AI like overnight. That's impossible. Second, AI is growing every second. So 2 years later, if you study AI, that will be old knowledge in AI. How can you catch up if you wasted these 2 years? No, that's impossible. Okay, let's study AI. This concept is not new. Actually, the concept of AI was proposed back in 1950s. I think many of your parents were not even born at that time. But at that time, this concept was already proposed. If someone asks you what is AI, what is your answer? By the way, this picture, I get this picture from IBM. So you can use this definition to answer this person, right? You can see AI is a subject to mimic human intelligence. That's it. That's the definition of AI. Because this picture is from IBM, so this definition is given by IBM. We can use it. It's a subject of mimicking human intelligence, simulating human intelligence. Because this is a very interesting topic, lots of researchers, scientists got into this field, and we have more classifications about AI subjects. For example, back in 1980s, someone proposed a new concept called machine learning. What is a machine learning? It's a subject of
Yes.
developing some mathematical and statistical models to
Models.
analyze historical data. That's machine learning.
Mm.
Actually, some of you are studying machine learning models right now, right?
Yeah.
Right. I think Moses, uh, have you studied optimization analysis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's
Five four
one type
five
of
four two.
502. That's one type of machine learning models, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I think Jean, you studied optimization analysis and you are currently studying linear regression, right?
Yes, sir.
That's another type of machine learning models,
Mm.
right? You probably don't realize that, but you are studying them. Very
Yes.
good. Keep learning and learn more about them because those are the early stage of AI models. And then back in 2010, most of you were born in 2010, right? We developed a new concept called deep learning, right? Machine learning is focusing on historical data analysis. Deep learning asks a very good question. So in addition to analyzing the old data, historical data, can we predict the future, right? Because human brain is not only to analyze old data, but also to predict the future. And usually we know that as human beings, we know that predicting future is the hard part, right? If we can predict the future, if we know the lottery numbers in advance, we will buy the lottery ticket according to it, right? We will become billionaires tomorrow. The hard part is to predict the future. This is what deep learning is trying to do. They're trying to analyze historical data and reasonably predict the future. What can we do with old data? This subject is called deep learning. And I believe many of you are familiar to ChatGPT, right? To Gemini, Perplexity, all of these large language model applications. Back in 2020, someone developed a new concept called generative AI, also known as Gen AI. What Gen AI is trying to do is to be creative. You see, step by step, we are getting closer to human brains. I kind of agree with Elon Musk. Human bodies are actually perfect machines. If you think about it, human bodies, especially brains, are fantastic. With brains, we can analyze, we can create, we can predict, right? That's a fantastic function. And AI, this field, is trying very hard to simulate human brain. This is what we do. A very important feature of AI, this subject is we can quantify human brain functions. That's fantastic. So after all years of research, investment, we find that, okay, human brains are fantastic, and human brains, all of these functions can be analyzed by mathematical models. That's fantastic. And AI is trying to get closer to real human brain functions by using mathematical models. Obviously, we cannot look at all these mathematical functions in one lecture, right? If you really want to study I highly suggest you choose an AI major. I think our university provides a Master of Science in Artificial Intelligence. This degree, if you're really serious about I highly recommend you study in that major. Uh, we are only emerging technology course, right? We cannot cover all the mathematical models, but I do want to introduce the mathematical logic behind all of these AI models. Let's take a look. We just talk about machine learning, right? For example, in machine learning, you will learn linear regression model, logistic regression model, decision trees, random forest. I believe you are familiar to some of the models, right? As a business analytics major, you will get in touch with some of the machine learning algorithms, I believe. But in this course, I want to introduce a new machine learning model called a neural network. Later in this session, I will show you an example of a neural network.
Is that the same that is called CNN?
Very good. Yeah, you are head of the class. Yes. That one is called a convolutional neural network or CNN, right? It's not the TV station. It represents convolutional neural network, different concept. You can find the CNN concept in D2L. I listed the CNN concept, right? You can go to D2L and then click AI practice. Then you should be able to see CNN content. You can also find some articles about image classification, CNN, convolutional neural network in AI theory model, right? Both modules talk about the CNN on D2L. Oh, by the way, uh, I cannot cover all machine learning AI content in this session, but I want you to read this article, Theoretical Frameworks of AI. It's part of the articles to read, so you are supposed to read this article. It's a very long article. I spent many hours editing this tutorial. So don't let my my effort go wasted, right? Make sure you read this article. I also listed some other articles for you to see. After you read these articles, you will see that AI is not only about mathematics, it's also psychology research, it's also engineering research, management research. So I showed all of these articles for you to read to get to learn AI more. Very good. In this course, we will talk about one of the machine learning models called a neural network. Let's see an example of neural network. Okay, this chart shows you an example of a neural network. It's a prototype, right? Very general overview. But I think this chart shows you the major framework. On the left side, you can see lots of, first of all, in this chart, you see lots of bubbles, right? You see lots of bubbles. We call each bubble a neuron. Neuron. Neuron is a cognitive research term because after the surgery, after human autonomy, researchers find that our uh, nerves are connected by neurons. If you perform human autonomy, you will find all of our nerves are just like that. We have bubbles in the middle, and we call this bubble, the central bubble of a network, a neuron. This is the term. Very important term, neuron. And that's why we call this chart a neural network. Neural network. Everybody knows that human nerves are a network, right? When we implement how human thinks, how human creates, the network has no difference. So we have a lot of neurons, right? We call all neurons at the same level a layer, as you can see here. Layer, L-A-Y-E-R, a layer. A layer refers to uh, all neurons at the same level. Obviously, each layer has different functions, right? Some layers will evaluate creativity. Other layers will evaluate if you are hungry, right? Some other layers will look at if something is worth doing it. So it's just like a human neural network. We have different neurons at different levels, and each layer of neurons have a particular functions. Let's look at this chart. We call all of this dark blue bubble on the left side input layers. Those are the data you collected, your AI algorithm collected. To a human being, that will be the data your eyes see, your skin touches, right? All of this data. If it is hot, cold, those are the external signals. We call all of these signals data input layer.
which is common, which is that is synonymous with the sensors, right?
Exactly, yes, very good. You are connecting the dot. Very good. To business analytics student, the dark blue bubble will be the source data you analyze, right? And then on the right side, we have lighter blue bubbles. We call all of these neurons output layers. That will be the result you decided to take, right? To a human being, let's say uh, your input layer is today is cold and rainy. And then on the right side, you will have several results, like staying at home, like buying an umbrella, right? Like turn on the heat in your house. Each light blue bubble represents an action you want to take. Again, AI is trying to do what? Mimic human intelligence. So this is just a tip I want to share with everyone. In the future, if you have a hard time learning mathematical models of AI, just relate it to some kind of human behavior. That will help you to understand the mathematical model. Because all the math model is trying to mimic human intelligence. And in between, we have a lot of grayish blue bubbles. We call this color teal color, teal bubbles, right? In between. We call these layers hidden layers. Hidden layers. Hidden to whom? Why we call them hidden layers? These teal bubbles actually represent the logical process of human being, right? So if you look at a person, this person will touch something and then take a behavior. Is the person's logic process visible to you? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? Yes, exactly. So when you implement a mathematical model to an outsider, your logic process is invisible to the outsider. That's why we call the bubbles in the middle hidden layers. And each teal bubble actually represent a question. The action of the next teal bubble is dependent on the answer to the previous teal bubble. Let me give everyone an example. I think you just get to know this concept. An example will help you to learn. Okay, let's say we want to predict how much a person can earn as a salary, right? And then to the input layer, let's say we collect data from like 10 cities, right? In each city, we collect 100 workers' salary. And then imagine all of this 1,000 salary data will be the dark blue bubble or something else. They will be the dark blue bubbles, right? Because those are the source data we want to analyze. And then the data will be fed into the hidden layers. The hidden layers, as I said, will be questions. For example, let's say the first hidden layer will ask each worker, what is your education level? Right? Then the tail bubble on the top in the first hidden layer will be PhD. The second to the top will be master's degree. The third to the top will be bachelor's degree, right? The fourth one will be high school degree, diploma. The last one, the bubble at the bottom in the first layer will be no education. So the source data will go through this first hidden layer. And then the hidden layer will answer each question. How much a PhD can get? How much a master's student can get? How much a bachelor's degree student holder can get? And so on. And then the result after the first hidden layer will be given to the hidden layer in the middle in this chart, the second hidden layer. The second hidden layer will ask another question. What question can you ask as a human being? We would think that in different regions, people will earn different salaries, right? Suppose you work at the same job. Both are teachers. Teacher on the West Coast states like California will get the higher payment. Why? Because the local cost of living is higher in California than other states. That's a good question to ask. So let's say the second hidden layer represents regions. Where are you from? West, Northwest, right? East, and so on. Then the data after the first hidden layer will be fed into the second hidden layer. The second hidden layer will further classify different people's salary. Eventually, it will go to the third hidden layer. You can ask the third question. What else? We can ask gender. Gender we can ask. Male customer, male workers or female customer, female workers. And eventually, after all of these filters in the middle, we can classify how much a PhD, a female living in California can get. How much a male, a PhD living in Florida can get, and so on. That will be the result. Do we all understand the neural network? Any question about neural network?
Um, so looking at the lines, interconnecting them, those lines,
Yes.
do
The
they
lines will direct what the result should go to next,
okay.
right? Because, as I said, the first hidden layer represents education level. And you feed the source data into it. People have different education level. Obviously, they will get different salary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say PhD from PhD. The first top bubble in the first hidden layer is represent PhD. Not every PhD gets the same salary. Some PhD in AI field get $1 million a year. I'm not joking, by the way. $1 million a year. Then you need to point this $1 million PhD to the next layer, right? To the next layer because some PhD is living in the West, some PhD in the living in the East. So they have different combinations of questions. So very simply speaking, right? Obviously, they are not the same concept, but I want to help everyone to understand. Very simply speaking, a neural network is a what? A decision tree,
Yeah. Addition
right?
tree. Yes.
I like that, Moses. I like this aha moment. Yes, a decision tree. Very simply speaking, obviously, because a neural network is not necessarily a decision tree, but if you want to understand it, it's a decision tree.
So you have the decision box where you
Exactly. Yes,
answer
each bubble
questions.
is actually a
Mhm.
decision. In decision tree, you use a diamond to represent a question, right? But
Yeah.
in neural network, it just simply use bubbles.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Moses, I hope I inspire you today and you go further in AI.
Yes.
It's a very good field. Very good field. As I said, our university offering a master degree in artificial intelligence. I think it's hosted by computer science department, right? If you are interested in those courses, you should ask advisors from computer science department. They have independent courses. We are in business school, so we kind of have a little bit of everything. We have a business analytics, we have machine learning models, but we don't have a particular course called artificial intelligence. We have emerging technology, obviously, database management, but we don't have a course called artificial intelligence. I think computer science department has it. Are we all good? Who's here? Oh, very good. We have 17 people show up. Thank you. Thank you. Because only Moses answered my question, I thought only Moses is here. Very good. So happy to see everyone here. Very good. Are we all good? Samir, Sasupriya, Hassan, you guys have been quiet. Luis, Kaiser,
Yeah, I'm good.
good? All good?
Yes, yes, good, Professor.
Understand?
Yes.
Understand or not? According to my YouTube audience, they said that they understand. So I believe you can understand by what I'm seeing here. Thank you. Who give me a sum up? Thank you. Who give me that? Thank you. Thank you very much. Very good. It's just a fantastic field. I want to inspire everyone to get into this field. Otherwise, we don't have to waste all of this time and effort, right? I want you to know a field. It's just like what they say. The great professor give you a direction. The good professor teach you a skill, right? I think I'm both good and great. Very good. And for those of you who are not here, I highly recommend you watch the recorded session. It will be available tomorrow. Okay, very good. So you understand, right? This is the how you understand the neural network. Oh, some people are scared. They thought, oh, AI is so hard to learn, right? A neural network is so hard to learn. But that's why you have to relate the concept you understand. So simply speaking, this is just simply a decision tree. We have to use mathematical models to make our data analysis as similar as how human brains works. That's it. Okay, that's one. And then we will be done. Okay. Okay. I talked about Nerual, what Nerual is, what the layer is. Okay. The next one, loss function and the optimization function. Now we talk about math, right? Loss function. The purpose of loss function is to make the analysis result to be as close as the real result. This is the purpose of the loss function. As we just said, okay, in this light blue bubble, that will be our analysis result, right? But in the dark blue bubble, that will be the real data. So there is always a difference between your analysis result and the real data. For example, let's say a PhD who's living in California makes $1 million a year, right? And then after your analysis in the light blue bubble, your analysis suggests that the PhD who's living in California can only make like $500,000. What is the difference between the real data and your analysis result?
That's $500,000.
That will be 1 million minus 500, right? That is the difference between your analysis result and the real data. Is that good?
Yeah, not so good. It's
Not
still
so good. Why not? Chloe, you want to say something?
Because it's supposed to be similar or same as the
Similar,
result.
yes. 500 million difference is not a similar result. So we call this difference a loss. A loss. Loss resulted from your prediction. Loss resulted from your poor analysis. We call the difference a loss. What is the perfect loss we want to reach between the real data and the analysis?
should be close to zero, right?
Exactly. Very good. Very good.
So
Very
that means
good.
the objective will be to minimize the loss.
Exactly. The objective is to try to minimize the loss as much as possible. Moses, AI is your blood. I feel that AI is running through your bloodstreams.
So
You
I'm
are
passionate
born
about
as
it.
an AI researcher. Yes. What about other classmates? We want the loss function to be the result from the loss function to be as close to zero as possible. Do you all agree?
Yes, sir.
Moses, Jean, Chloe, they understand. What about other classmates?
This professor understood.
Good. Priya is good too. What about other classmates?
Yes, Professor.
Very good, Hassan. Very good. Yes. This is the goal of the loss function. Then we have optimization function. Optimization function, the purpose of optimization function is to keep improving your loss result. In the ideal world, we want our loss function to be zero, but in reality, can we really reach this zero goal? No, no. In the ideal world, yes. In reality, no. But we want to minimize the loss result as much as possible. And the optimization function is to help us minimize the loss as much as possible. All good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So the frequently used optimization function includes gradient descent, Adam, right? You can search all of these keywords. You can see the mathematical logic behind these functions. Okay, if all good, I want to stop here. And then next week, we'll talk about Python language. In order to implement AI algorithm, we must use a programming language. There is no other choice, right? You cannot say, I want to design AI without knowing any programming language. That's impossible. And in this course, we will be using a programming language called Python, right? Python. So I recorded a video already. If you want to take a look at the video before the class, you can. But make sure you go to this website and then click on the following topic. Let me show you. Okay, this is a tutorial website called W3 Schools, right? This is a free website teaching you all kinds of IT knowledge like Python, Java, database management, SQL, data warehousing, and so on. And it's free to use. You don't need to pay anything, right? And in this course, we'll be using the Python tutorial, as you can see on the left panel. So I want you to, before you come to the class next week, I want you to go through all of this. Go through as much as you can, right? As further down as you can. Just click on each tutorial. The tutorial is very short. It doesn't take you a lot of time. And also this tutorial is interactive, right? You can click on try it yourself, and then you will see if you implement this code, what will be the result from this code, right? I want you to go over all of this left tutorial as much as you can. And next week, not next week, next time, we'll cover some of the Python fundamentals before we can learn AI algorithms. Next week will be spring break. We don't have any class, so we'll meet again the week after the spring break.